up, Brock Landers 33 and Ed Hill? Hey, Ed Hill. Good old Ed Hill. How are you, buddy? I respect the Ed Hill. I don't think we line up politically, Ed Hill. But you know what? That's just, that's fine. That's okay, to be honest with you. I'm one of the rare broadcasters that you don't have to agree with me politically to listen to what I have to say. I'd rather have, debate and discussions and conversations. So that's why I welcome you, Ed Hill. I welcome you. We got the big fluke down here in AC, Ken Mosca says. Really? I would like to catch a nice fluke. Cut that shit up right on the beach into strips and eat it. Little fresh sushi. Good, man. We don't, but it's all good. Right on, Ed Hill. It's a crazy political climate. We're just fighting with each other, back and forth, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, well, blah, 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 blah. Right back at you. How do you like them apples, brother? We're just yelling and screaming at each other, and no one's listening. The COVID is rising here in North Carolina, South Carolina. Of course it is. 113,000 people have died of COVID-19. Numbers are starting to go up in areas that reopened. Then you got the people that have made it political saying it's no big deal whatsoever. We should have never closed down the economy. We're going to have a lot more people dying of the COVID-19. What's COVID? COVID is the coronavirus, but the hipsters call it the COVID. And some people call it the Rona. What's up, Daniel?
Nothing much, man. Hanging out. What's up, brother?
All right, man. I like your hair. I haven't had a haircut in 3 or 4 months, man. I look like an animal at this point. I got to shave it all down like you, brother. How you doing with everything? How you doing with the riots and the protesters, the looting, the coronavirus? Do you have
hasn't hit me yet? I'm out here in Queens, in Middle Village, so it hasn't hit me. I'm a plumber, so I have my own business.
You were able to continue doing your job?
Of course.
Oh, good for you, brother. You're one of the...
everybody needs a plumber.
I understand that, but I need work on my house, and I'm too fucking scared to let people in my house. And to be honest with you, there were a couple issues where I really did need somebody, and they didn't want to come in either. They're like, fuck that. Really? We're shutting down for a while, so...
Really? Wow, that's the first time I heard of that. I heard of people being scared.
Yeah, man, people are scared. You're not scared when you're going into these people's homes?
No, I caught it. I definitely caught it like 8 weeks ago. Actually, I'm not 100%. I mean, I didn't get tested, but I'm 100% sure in my mind I got it. Because my mother went to get tested.
Yeah.
My uncle, everybody had it in my family.
Right.
Like 8-9 weeks ago. So I know I definitely passed it.
I really believe a lot more of us had it than realized. We had some weird sickness. We went to Disney. We came back right around Christmas, and the whole family had a really weird sickness. I thought I had pneumonia, and I got on some shit right away. And then my wife was really sick. My 2 kids were really sick, and they couldn't beat it. And it was the longest that my family was sick. And now, looking back, I almost feel like maybe we had it as well.
Possibly. Now they're saying it definitely started earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. It started earlier, man.
I mean, again, going back to political stance, like I think the economy definitely needs to be open again.
That's the balance, right? We can't collapse our country by keeping the economy closed. But then you get the people that are like, well, it was all bullshit from the beginning, so they're not taking as many precautions. If we're going to open up the economy, we got to do it in a smart way, don't you think?
No, definitely do. And going back to, like I said, my cousin had it. He's like probably 80.
Yeah.
The guy had as much meat on his face like I do. I seen him like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He was skin and bones. The guy looked like he had HIV or something.
Wow, man.
Yeah. But now he recovered, though. 80-something old, he recovered.
That's some good genes, man.
Yeah.
And then other people get it, and they thought they were healthy, and next thing you know, they're on a ventilator, and they die 2 weeks later. That's what's scary about this whole thing.
Don't you think it's a little politicized? I mean, do you know anybody that really died like that?
Well, I don't know anyone officially that died of it. There's, I don't want to get too personal, but we still wonder if Vic Henley had it. You do believe the numbers that a lot of people died from it, right?
I believe, half of them. The other half, I think it's like they're saying, it's, as long as you have COVID, even if you had a heart condition, if you die from a heart condition, they're going to say you died from, COVID.
Well, you're not wrong about that. There's ways of pumping up the numbers and whatnot. But then some people think that the numbers are a bit on the low side, underreported. So I don't know what to believe. All I know is it's a real thing. It's scary. People are worried about it. And moving forward, we got to just be smart and careful.
No, we definitely do. But we definitely got to open the economy. And you know what? My business, like I said, is not doing the best. So if I can make a quick shout out, Marion's Son Plumber and Heating out in Queens.
Yeah.
Crickets.
No, I heard you. I'm sorry. I honestly, I'll be totally honest with you. There's a guy walking with a fishing pole, and I was wondering if he caught anything. At least I'm being honest. So
yeah, that's okay. That's
all right. Well, Daniel, nice talking to you, brother. All right.
Listen. It's really Mario. It's not Daniel, but anyway.
Right on, Mario. Good luck
Take
to
care,
you.
buddy.
All right, man. All right. There goes Dan. Hey, what's up, Pat Duffy? How are you, man? Both me and my wife tested positive for the antibodies. Neither one of us showed any symptoms. Wow. Bro, that means you're like Superman. You're like a superhero, Pat Duffy. I always knew you were tough. So that means you got the coronavirus, you and your wife, had no idea, just went about your lives, and now you could skip around out there in the world and not even worry about it anymore. God bless you, Pat Duffy. I love it. Oh, the Tippy Tom. Pat Duffy. Tippy Tom shit contains the antibodies. Or the antidote, it looks like. The antidote. Good for you, brother.
Opie Radio.
Oh my God, don't move it. Holy shit, you gotta be kidding me.
Really fucked up.
Hold on. Listen to this.
I can't win.
That was in his underpants.
Oh,
Listen.
damn it.
Holy crap. It's like petrified.
I know this fucking...
Go get me some water.
Oh no, soften it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pat Duffy.
Nice.
This is Tippy Tom's underwear. This is Tippy Tom's underpants mustache.
No shit.
Oh god damn.
Whoa. I'm choosy.
All right, I think we're ready here.
Yeah, I want spring water. I don't know Clorox water.
Oh my god.
You have nothing on your face.
Is there nothing?
No.
Make a doo-doo mustache.
You gotta make a doo-doo mustache.
I want mine.
No way. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
Do another.
Oh my God!
I can't wear these guys. Wow. I can't.
Holy shit!
Wow, you all right, Pat?
I'm all right. Yeah.
That tops anything.
Fucking Duffy.
That tops anything I've seen anybody ever do ever.
Oh, Pat Duffy, I miss you, bro. Fucking savage. You did more for our radio show. More shocking moments. More things that people talked about than I think anyone else. The things you did for our show were second to none. My doctor told me that if you ever been exposed to any strain of SARS/CoV, you will test positive for antibodies. They have no way to tell what strain you're exposed to. All right. Now that the riots are turning into more peaceful protests, the media's like, you know what? This is boring. This is boring without people breaking windows and getting beat up by cops. This is boring. So let's go back to the coronavirus. Fear equals ratings. Fear. Let's go back to the coronavirus. How many people died? 113,000. That'll look good in a graphic. Stupid media. Lack of honesty. Across the board, by the way. When Trump talks about the fake media, he really should talk about pretty much all media. All media exaggerates. All media has an agenda. That's where Trump loses me when he says, the fake media, fake news or whatever, but he doesn't think until recently that Fox News was also in that category. They all are. They all are the same. And yes, they're ruthless. Absolutely. They love that people were rioting. They love that people were looting. They loved that protesters were getting tear gassed and shot with rubber bullets. They loved all of that as they got those faces like, oh my God, can you believe what's going on outside the White House right now? And under the desk, they're just jerking off. They're just jerking it. Because they know damn well it's great for ratings and advertising. Oh, they love it. And also know this. CNN and MSNBC, they want Trump to be reelected so bad because it's great for business. Behind closed doors, they're praying that Trump gets reelected because he makes great TV and it helps their ratings. They have no real morality. Morality in media? Oh, my God, no. Hell fucking nah. How come the politicians aren't freaking out about everyone meeting together to protest, but they had to shut the economy down for 3 months? That's how passionate people were about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. They were willing to risk their health to get out there on the street and yell and scream. And it doesn't help that you're yelling and screaming because you're definitely spreading the COVID around to others near you. And then it doesn't help that you're coughing your ass off because you just got tear gassed. And you're marching shoulder to shoulder. I was thinking to myself, why did we bother shutting everything down if it was going to lead to this? They're saying numbers are already going up in areas that reopened the economy. So we'll see. And it takes a couple weeks. So about 2 weeks from now, we'll see how bad the protests were as far as spreading the coronavirus. We'll see what happens in 2 weeks. I'm with Rachel. I think the numbers are going to be pretty ugly in 2 weeks. You passionate about any social political issues? Oh, passionate? Nah. Nah. I'm supporting the protesters. Oh, boo! Boo! How can you support the protesters? I mean, the new thing is they want to defund the police all across America. I don't know if that's a good idea. I think that's waking up the other side, and they're going to get out there and vote. You got to be very, very careful. The protesters have a lot of pull right now. But if you go too far, I'm telling you, the other side's going to really wake up. That's how things work in America. You got to be very careful with what you wish for here. I'm not really sure we should be defunding the police across America. I don't know what replaces that. What replaces that? Curtis Sliwa and the beret gang? Do you get a whole bunch of people with berets in your neighborhood? Yeah, I know, Rachel. You're right. People don't want to think about this stuff, though. No thanks. Then you have organized criminal organizations that will move in quick. Of course they will. Minneapolis and defund cities will become ghost towns. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, you'll have the gangs moving in. You'll have some of the mobs moving in. There'll always be people that take advantage. That's why, man, the protesters are getting a lot done. It looks like they're weeding out a lot of bad cops through this whole thing. But to go completely the other way, that's not smart either. Were your in-laws in Philly okay with the riots that went on there? Yeah, the riots without giving away locations. They came close. They came close to the neighborhood. And boy, let me just tell you this about where they're from. They don't play in that neighborhood. The neighborhood was on high alert, my friends. Defunding the police means moving some funds to other things. Only Minneapolis, is dismantling. No, I understand that, Genzo Beans. It's not bad to take some of the money and throw it into other programs. to make your community more solid. I understand that part of it. But to completely defund it, that's or disbanding the police departments, that's no bueno. There you go. C note. I'm in Philly area. Scared the crap out of me. It was like Mad Max. Yeah, it was. I knew Philly wouldn't play. When the rioting started spreading to other cities and Philly got involved, I tweeted, Philly just said, hold my beer. Because Philly does everything to the extreme. That's the one thing I've learned as far as my affiliation with Philly. My wife's from Philly. Obviously the in-laws, and I got lots of friends down there. I know a lot of the police down there. Watch Gangs of New York. That's Minneapolis' future if they dismantle the police. I'm with you, Rachel. I'm absolutely with you. I'm all for weeding out the bad cops. I'm all for changing some things here and there, but as soon as you go too far, you wake up the other side, and then you're going to lose a lot of the progress you made by doing these protests. I got to say this carefully, but peaceful protesting, it's almost like a party. And it's kind of easy. The riots, not so much. The looting, not so much. There were some scary things, yes. But I'm talking about the peaceful protests, which most of the people were doing. It's kind of easy. And I've walked some of these protests over the years. It's kind of fun, man. There's an energy to it. There's a party atmosphere to it. The hard work starts when everyone goes home, finally, where you got to keep up the pressure. Go Cast. Let's get a striper. Fucking stripers. They've been hiding. They've been hiding this whole season. My bait guy said that the water's still too cold. True about the peaceful protests, Brock? Thank you. Thank you, brother. The peaceful protesters were dancing in Mastic. You know, the people of Mastic were basically saying, please start the looting. It would improve that area significantly. And they're like, fuck, why aren't you guys looting? Because there was nothing to loot in Mastic. Sorry, Mastic. I should support my my fellow Long Island towns, but Mastic is a shithole. Always has been. Oh, you like that only in Mastic? Thank you. They're just walking around. Fuck! They're handing out bricks. The locals are handing out bricks and metal chairs and even skateboards. What is it going to take? Start smashing these goddamn windows. And the protesters just keep marching, going, no thanks, nothing to take here. Sorry about that. It's great hearing your take on things again, brother man. Thank you. Yo, I'm that guy. Mastic Beach is the Riviera of Eastern Long Island. BB, I like that. What do I use for bait? You got to go with the clam bellies. You get the clam bellies from your local bait shop. If they're a good bait shop, they salt those bitches for you so they become a little more tough, so they stay on your rig, your hooks better. If not, if they kind of still feel too smushy and soft, then when you get home, throw some salt in there and let it sit for a day or two. Yeah, bunker's good too. I haven't had a lot of success with bunker getting the striped bass, but that definitely works. Day old clam bellies and salt. Yes. Yeah, Richard knows. I'm looking forward to things opening up. I'm looking forward to getting some more distractions out there. It'll be really interesting to see how the main sports leagues come back. It'll be really weird to watch baseball without fans in the stands. Then you got the NBA starting up in July, which is so strange. I mean, it's a busted season, so what are they going to do? They're going to have just kind of a tournament to decide who wins the championship this year, and then what? They just kind of seg into the next season because the next season starts in October, so that's going to be weird. I think golf can easily come back at this point. They proved that with the match. It was kind of cool to watch those guys play golf without caddies and golf carts. So I think they could open up the PGA again. Dude, baseball needs to start now. You know what's funny about baseball? They didn't start their season and no one noticed. No one noticed. they started going through the sports section of their local paper going, I wonder how my team's doing. Oh, they haven't started the season yet. Baseball stinks. God, I hate baseball. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make a joke, but Nuggin said he noticed that there's no baseball because he's a beer vendor. I'm sorry. I feel bad for those people. I mean, the athletes, they got their agents and managers, so they're going to make sure they get every single penny of their contracts. But it's the people that support the teams that are really, really fucked, like the beer vendors. I'm sorry about that, brother. Yeah, I saw that. I'm that guy again. Soccer team in Korea filled the stadium with sex dolls to make the stadium look filled. I saw that. That clip went viral. If you haven't checked it out yet, do so. It's very, very creepy. It's really fucked up. Genzo beans. Dear God, they're so weird. What are you talking about, Genzo? By the way, I love the Genzo. I noticed the people that are soldiers and support me no matter what. During the low years, the high years, and all the years in between, they were always there, which is fucking cool, man. So it was my birthday a couple weeks ago, and you wanna guess what my presents were for my birthday this year? This says it all. Who wants to guess what I got for my birthday this year? Come on. Okay, here we go. Soft pillow, toilet paper, tube socks, Depends, a bike, a fishing reel, a Ruizing hat. You can get those at opieradio.com. Blue Chew. Fuck you, Rachel. Nothing wrong with popping a Blue Chew while you're fishing, right? Right, boys and girls? Birthday gift. Toilet paper, mask, and Perel. No. Old man shoes. No. But you, Brock, are onto something. That's why I'm bringing this up. It says a lot about what's going on, that I'm getting a bit older. All right. So my first birthday gift was a hammock. That's the first. I'll give you two more. Sweaters, vests. Fuck you guys. An appointment with the shaman. I posted that episode. Not that episode. I posted about 15 minutes of that episode where me and Jim Florentine talked about our experiences with the shaman. And good old Carl Ruiz is on that as well. So check your podcast feed. It's the episode right before this. Cheater eyeglasses? No. An umbrella? No. A card from Anthony? Yeah, okay. All right. The second gift I got. So the first one was the hammock. A lawn chair. There you go. Okay. A walker. Easy, Genzo. Jesus, I just complimented you. Back off, Jack. A massage chair. All right, so the second present, and I'm scared to say this, but I will. I also got a bird feeder. Yes, I got a bird feeder and a hammock. And then you could try to guess the third gift. There's a theme here. But I love feeding the birds. Genzo Beans. She can't control herself. She's laughing hysterically. Crocs. No, I didn't get Crocs. I mean, you're missing out if you. Why the LOLs and the ha-ha-has? Tackle box, that'd be nice. But I got that for Father's Day a couple years back. I got everything you need to fish. Binoculars, a bird book. No, I don't go that far. I like feeding the birds, but I'm not a bird watcher. Even though I had to go to B&H there in Manhattan because I wanted a telescope to spy on my fellow New York City residents and look into some windows. And look, I've explained this over the years. I wasn't the only one, because as soon as you get your binoculars or a telescope and you look out your window in New York City, all you see is everybody else's telescopes and binoculars. And guess what? No one gives a fuck about the stars, especially in New York City, because it's so damn bright that you really can't see much even if you wanted to. All these people are getting telescopes and binoculars so they could look into other people's windows. So I had to go to B&H, and I didn't know how to explain that I wanted a telescope so I could be a creep. So I basically tried to tell him that I was a bird watcher. And the guy goes, "Follow me," and he kind of rolled his eyes because I guess he's heard this many, many times. And he took me to the, quote, bird watching section where I could get a nice telescope to look at the little birdies. So I did have a bird watching scope, but I'm not into actually documenting what birds I see. I like throwing out a little seed in the morning while I'm having a cup of coffee, and every once in a while you see a really cool bird, and that's it. That's as far as I fucking go, okay? Bird watching with a telescope? No, I just explained. When I'm in Manhattan, I'm not looking at birds. You see crazy ass shit in New York City because no one has blinds or drapes, or very few. And if they do have them, they keep them open most of the time. I've seen so many naked people in buildings in New York City. I can't even begin to tell you. Unfucking believable. All right, the third birthday gift. So I got a hammock. There's a theme here. I got a state-of-the-art, beautiful bird feeder. Kind of looks like the moon, which is nice. And then the final gift, I got a tomato growing kit. I'm officially an old man. Pajamas. I would like some pajamas. I think I've rotted right through all my pajamas during the quarantine. But yes, when the stay-at-home orders started, I got this idea, and I never did it before in my life, that I took an apple seed from an apple that my daughter was eating, and I got that motherfucker to grow, and now that apple tree has like 10 leaves on it, and it's about 4 inches high. I'm about to put it in an official pot because I think it's going to make it. And then I did the same thing with a tomato my son was eating. Got a bunch of the tomato seeds, and you wet I didn't even know how to do this. I looked it up, but you wet some paper towel. You put the seeds on the wet paper towel. Then you put it in a baggie, like a sandwich bag, and you shut that shit up tight. And it gets really hot in there. And the damn seeds, believe it or not, start growing. Oh, you should dry out the seeds first. I had to learn the hard way. So now I got all sorts of tomato plants. So for my birthday, I got a tomato growing kit that I'm setting up. I'm very excited. I used to be a shock jock, and now, fast forward a couple decades, my birthday gifts, a hammock, a bird feeder, and a tomato growing kit. This guy's laughing. Hold on. Rich. Oh, what's up, Richie, again? Ha, ha, ha. I can see you in August. You're going to be giving away tomatoes to your relatives. Proud you grew them. There you go. Yeah, I'm going to be very excited to hand out my tomatoes. Brock is laughing. A tomato growing kit. A seed starter kit. No, I find it kind of fun to take the vegetables and fruits that you have in your home and grow it from there. There's all sorts of videos online. I didn't even know you could do this. When I was growing up, we put a farm in the back of my house because that was another way my mom and dad thought they could save money by growing their own vegetables. So the backyard of our house out there in Centerport, Long Island, we had a beautiful yard where we ran around. You had 7, 8, 9 kids. You needed a place to run around and play wiffle ball, and we would set up like a volleyball net and all sorts of things. And they decided, the kids don't really need the yard. We need to grow vegetables. So we turned the whole backyard into a farm. And we would buy the seed packets at the local hardware store. There used to be local hardware stores, believe it or not, kids. And then that's how we grew our vegetables for our garden. I had no idea you could actually make your own seeds. Stupid me. And there's a bunch of videos online if you want to try it. It's kind of fun. It's a good activity if you got kids, all right? You're becoming an old hippie, man. Yes, I am. I still haven't shaved my goddamn beard. I'm not brave enough to show you guys, but I will soon. The hair is out of control and the beard is completely out of control. Bring the tomatoes to the starving people of Mastic. I will. I will bring some tomatoes to Mastic. There you go. Genzo beans. I do romaine lettuce and scallions that way. She grows them herself by using actual romaine lettuce and scallions and not buying the seed packets. Oh boy, I got a dog, and boy am I allergic to dogs. All right, go. Achoo! 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 I'm allergic! What do you mean relax? I'm allergic to dogs! It's supposed to be on a leash!
No, not now.
Dogs are supposed to be on a leash! And I'm allergic! And what if the dog bit me? Why are you shaking your head? So I'm the problem because I don't want your dog jumping all over me? Exactly. Walk away. All right, kids. You just experienced a Karen. She's yelling at me, relax, relax. Stupid Karen. Oh, she's so annoyed. She is so fucking annoyed. Oh, that just made my day. All right, guys, this was fun. She's still looking back this way. All right. Yeah, fucking Karen. There you go. Oh, people just suck. All right, guys. Love you, miss you. Peace.